Welcome to the Live Fire Media Show, episode 58. The only show that covers guns, movies, games, and gear so deeply and at a level so high you begin to question your reality.
Bullshit.
Your hosts tonight are the always fun and usually entertaining Hunter Elliott of Range Hot.
Woo!
I'm Dave Kowalka 47 from Live Fire Media.
Yay.
Let's warp your reality. I thought you'd like that.
That was very clever.
Some of that stemmed from, first thing I was going to jump into is you told me about Hellraiser Judgment last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it the other night.
Okay. Let me have it. What'd you think?
Let me back up. Before that, actually, I watched some guy did a kind of franchise retrospective. And he really ripped apart, I think it was the one before it, which it looked really, really bad. And he talked about how Judgment was filmed for nothing. They shot it in a matter of like weeks or like 2 months, something very, very short.
I think it wanted like a Netflix or something release. Or
I mean, it was Dimension Films. All that shit was direct to video.
Yeah.
But they say with Judgment, though, the guy had a solid idea and the studio was like, don't give a shit, make it because we need to make it before it was a rights holder thing. Make a movie, so keep the rights to it before it goes back to Clive Barker. And the guy had pretty big plans for Judgment. The studio was like, get it made now. So he did. So that, from looking at the one before that, which was absolutely terrible looking from this guy's retrospective, I kind of stopped in Judgment when it went into what little bit it did about making of Judgment. I was like, oh, okay, that gives me a little precursor because the previous one looks really, really, really bad. And watching Judgment, yeah, it's low budget. It's low budget as fuck.
It is.
But one of the things they did right was Doug Bradley didn't come back for the 9th installment or this one. But the guy that had played Pinhead, if you didn't know, Pinhead is played by Doug Bradley.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
in the 9th one, I was thinking for anybody else that's listening to it. The guy they got for the 9th installment, seen YouTube clips, looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. The guy they had for this one actually didn't look bad and didn't sound bad either. He had some gravity to his voice that I was like, all right, that's a decent enough Pinhead if Doug Bradley wasn't coming back. But the character with the Coke bottle glasses we showed last week, we said was the assessor. Was it the assessor? Fuck, I can't remember now.
The assessor.
Because there was the assessor and there was somebody else. But that was actually the director too.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of cool. The fact the movie was trying to take place in the same house as the first film, that was cheesy and lame because the house they were exterior shots of wasn't anything like the house in the first film.
Right.
So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to hold that against it. Because again, I could tell it's a super cheap movie. You know, the rooms they shot everything in, like X-Files in 93 look 10 times better than a lot of the sets in this. But it was actually pretty decent. It was worth the time and the investment. I didn't feel like I wasted an hour and a half watching it.
It was not bad.
No, it was not bad. That's the way I'll say it. I'm not saying it was a good film, but it really wasn't bad for making it on a nothing budget. It had some cool ideas because Pinhead was like, granted, he's never really in the movies that much, but I felt like he was even this one even less, but to the point where it worked.
I would give it probably a 6.
Yeah. If you're a fan of the whole series, yeah, I would give it a solid 6. I was entertained when they got to the twist at the end where the detective, let's see when this movie came out. It was 2018. So it's almost 10 years old already. So we don't give a shit about spoilers. When the twist of the one detective was the killer, the serial killer they're chasing, it didn't completely catch me off guard, but it did enough that I was like, oh shit, it really is him. I'm like, cool. That's why when they got him, they kind of let him go. I'm like, all right. They realized he was a sick fuck. I'm like, kind of cool.
Because the first guy the assessor talked to, I guess he was like a chester.
Yeah, he was a pedo, bad guy.
Yeah, and man, they let him have it.
Yeah, even that sense, the torture porn. And I'll say this: it was a little torture pornish. But in the sense of you're doing it to like something like a pedo like that, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is good shit.
Yeah, he deserves it.
It's not excessive once against somebody like that.
Right. So, and then the second guy, the detective, he was justifying his actions.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a weird twist because I was like, wait, where the fuck's this going with this? And it was like, okay, the movie went from like, all right, to now it's got really has my interest now. It's like, again, I know it's low budget, I can deal with that. Even the dog. Do you remember the dog? Recovering the dog? The girl, she said it was the one victim you really saw from the serial killer, but they had the new chick detective helping them.
Oh,
like, where's her dog? And said her dog was her baby, and they realized she had a C-section scar badly sewn shut. They shoved the dog into her. I'm like, all right, this is like 7 level of fucked up.
Yeah.
And again, not hating on it at all. Like it was kind of worth the time to watch.
Because after like the first one was amazing. The second one was not bad at all. But I felt like it started kind of like on a downhill trajectory.
Well, it was because the third one was when Dimension Films bought it, and they were just churning out just slop horror stuff.
Right.
So that was just the thing back then.
I watched this, but thinking, is it going to be super awful like the predecessors?
Right.
And then, when I got maybe like 20, 30 minutes into it, I'm like, you know what? This is actually not bad.
It was not bad at all.
And it was made on a cheaper budget than a lot of the ones that were far worse.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of the sad thing about it. Is you can tell that this one was made for nothing, and it ended up being a better story, better movie. Can't say the acting was any better, but there is a better movie there in it than a lot of the other sequels they made.
So speaking of Hellraiser, do you remember? I think it was the second one where they showed the Leviathan.
Yeah,
that big. Was the second one. Like that big triangle above the labyrinth.
It was like a rhombus, like the spinning.
Right.
Yeah.
That exactly coincides with the Star Trek movie where the Star Destroyer crashes into the planet. They did a frame by frame, bro.
You just said Star Trek and Star Wars.
Oh, I'm sorry. Star Wars. Sorry.
So you're talking like Return of the Jedi when the Executor crashes into the Death Star?
Remember when the Star Destroyer crashes into the Death Star and it's like coming down point first?
Yeah.
So did the frame by frame of the Leviathan spinning above the labyrinth, and then of the Star Destroyer crashing into the Death Star, and they look identical.
I mean,
same framing, same shapes.
I mean, at the same time too, dude, nothing's original anymore. And nothing was original in the 80s. Like, dude, I love Star Wars. Star Wars isn't all that original. Like, he pulled heavily from Frank Herbert's Dune. He pulled from, but other sources, and that's okay. Like, he made his own story out of it, but it was from multiple spots.
Sure. But like, I was watching all the stop motion animation. They did this like the making of Empire.
Oh, it's amazing.
And they would show like the AT-AT, the walkers, like they would shoot a frame, then because it was on snow, right? The guy would open a hatch, come up, move each leg like a quarter of an inch, go back down,
movement,
and then snap. Everybody knows what stop motion is, but they were talking about like to get like one shot of the machine walking took like a day.
Yeah, stop motion is incredible how much time it takes to do seconds.
Right.
Yeah, it's neat shit. Well,
okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you check it.
From Hellraiser, did you see that Sam Neill died?
He died the other day.
Yeah, he did.
Man,
early in the week, but
it really. I was a fan of his.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
But the Event Horizon.
I'll say I put in here Sam Neill, Event Horizon, and the other one that I absolutely loved was John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness.
I never saw that.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You're a big Lovecraft guy, though.
Yeah.
You need to watch In the Mouth of Madness. It's very Lovecraftian.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I like to watch when there's nothing on YouTube. I like to watch people like 10 things you didn't know about. Right. And so they had 10 things you didn't know about Event Horizon.
Yep. I probably know these because I've probably seen the video, but go for it.
Probably. So for those who aren't in the know, because I'm recently in the know, they trimmed like 40 minutes out of it. Yes. Not for time, for grotesque.
Yes.
And so they stored all that footage in like the salt caves.
Yep.
Because it was supposedly cool and safe and protective, and it ruined all of it.
Yep. Lost forever.
I mean, that saddens me because Event Horizon is I mean, it's this maybe just going to ruffle your feathers a bit there, Dave, but it's about a step behind The Thing.
Behind? Oh, most definitely it is.
But it's not far behind.
No, here's the thing I'll say about Event Horizon. I've loved that movie since the moment I saw it. I remember seeing the trailers for it or like special features for it. I remember seeing Fangora magazine.
Yeah,
a lot of stills of the, but they had a lot of stills of the cut imagery of the grotesqueness of it was the whole spherical room where everybody was disemboweled and impaled on shit. Was the shit that was mostly cut. All that hooked me. I was like, oh my God, I want to watch this movie. And my dad took me and a buddy to go see it. And of course, the whole cast is it's like all of them you've seen other multiple things. You know, the biggest for being, Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne. But watching it came out, I was like, that was awesome. My dad was like, it was just all right. And I was like, what? And I've always loved it. And the last couple of years, when Halloween comes around, so people really talk about Event Horizon, and they're like, oh my God, it's the scariest horror movie ever. It's my favorite horror movie. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, I'm not the only one. I watched it again more recently, and I'm like, I still love the movie, but man, there's a lot where I'll nitpick where like they didn't build tension up enough, or the climax of what from the tension they were building wasn't a good enough climax to it. And it was like, but it doesn't matter. I still love the movie.
But the guy addressed some of that and said that if they would have kept in that footage, it would have made it not only a gorier movie, it have made it a better movie. Because it talked about where the ship went.
Yeah.
And it revealed a lot more of the canon, if you will. Yeah. So
no, I know. It's awesome, man.
Candy had never seen it. So I think maybe like last year, she's like, I've never seen that movie. And so I'm like, hold on to your britches. And we watched it, and she loves horror movies.
Right.
And she was like, that was pretty fucking epic.
Yeah.
So
like the whole set pieces, the design of the ship. I feel like you haven't seen a movie that was that visual practically since like Alien and Aliens.
Right.
I mean, you just haven't.
Well,
you still haven't today at this point.
And I love the premise of a derelict ship, be it a spaceship or a ocean. And they had that one movie, Ghost Ship.
Yeah, we talked
about the salvage team.
Yep.
And it started out good.
It just got a little too Hollywood.
But it was like maybe halfway through, the guy was like, nah, fuck it. Let's just press the easy button. But
I think if it stayed more horror, more mystery and horror, it would have, in the end, been a way better film.
Yes.
But now the counter to that one, which we've mentioned before, but who cares? Jamie Lee Curtis, Virus. Now, again, the derelict Russian ship. I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. I love that movie beginning to end.
And that was when she was smoking hot and not weird.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a massive crush on her. And I mean, but
and you go to like Virus, and actually had for what was that? It was late 90s, had pretty decent gun handling movie for what it is. I mean, I wouldn't call it a gun movie. There's some AKs and some CZ Scorpions in there, but it was decent enough.
I enjoyed it. It was certainly for its time. it wasn't the same old run of the mill bullshit movie. Somebody
Yeah.
put some thought into the screenplay.
Yeah.
So
that's a solid one. Again, like Event Horizon, solid cast. Besides the bigger names that were in it, you recognize all the other actors that are in it. You've seen them all in multiple things, and you're like, holy shit, like this movie's cool as shit just because of that alone. I mean, wild.
I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm sorry to see he passed away. He was a phenomenal actor. I loved all the Jurassic Parks.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones I see doesn't get mentioned very often. You'll have seen it. Dead Calm.
I don't think I've seen that.
Okay, it's him, a very young Nicole Kidman. She plays his wife.
Wow.
And Billy Zane with hair.
Love Billy Zane.
Then you need to watch Dead Calm. I'll say no more. You need to just look it up with Candy this weekend, rent it. I'm sure it's probably $3-4 on Amazon to rent it.
Remember when he did the
Phantom?
No. Tales from the Crypt.
Demon Knight.
Yeah, man.
He's great in Demon Knight.
I mean, he was so cool.
He's so over the top in that. It's awesome.
Yep. When he opens his mouth and the sponge folds out. Remember when he wanted him to clean up the blood up the steps so he could walk up there and just eviscerate everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
I need to watch that one again. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Candy never seen it, so she and I watched it a few years ago, and
it's solid.
It's good.
Really solid.
It's a little cheesy,
but it's all in the tone of Tales from the Crypt though too.
Right, but it's I mean, I've got a bunch of the Tales of the Crypt comic books.
I don't doubt that,
and those are great, but they're cheesy. They're not cheesy, but they have a degree of cheese to them.
Yes,
that maybe takes the edge off of that as compared to, say, Event Horizon or Alien or what have you.
I think I saw recently somebody's trying to buy the rights to Tales from the Crypt to air it, like or get the licensing rights.
Right.
Like maybe it was like Shudder or something like that, because it's like, why doesn't HBO have Tales from the Crypt on there? I thought that was their show. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they just
way back.
No. It was on there, but you got to think HBO's no different than anybody else. May not be their show.
Oh, right. They're
just licensing it, so they're the spot to host it. But like Tales from the Crypt, seriously, that's a show we should have now, new episodes.
Oh, sure.
Like the movies that they did, Demon Knight and the vampire one, that one wasn't as good.
No.
But the show in general, it's like, that was one of my favorite things growing up as a kid, watching Star Trek Next Generation with my dad and Tales from the Crypt.
I love the Crypt Keeper. He was so funny.
Oh, he was great, dude. Absolutely great.
Absolutely. Awesome.
So we started watching. Did you ever watch the show Falling Skies?
Man, I did. I did. And I got 2/3 of the way through it.
So we never finished it when it aired on TV. We got, I don't know how many seasons it was. I feel like we got 2/3 or more of the way through it.
I can tell you the last episode I watched because I remember it, because I was like, it ruined the show for me. Do you remember the dude? It was kind of a badass, and he was always clashing with the main guy. He had kind of long hair. It was him and the bikers.
The biker guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I always liked his character. I thought, given the circumstances, he was far more grounded in reality of what a real human would do than the rest of the people. So anyway, but he was a bit tragic. And then he met that blonde chick.
Well, I'll correct you. Well, him and the blind chick were both introduced in the second episode. That's what we watched. We've rewatched the first 2 episodes.
Right. She was like
part of his gang, but she also turned on his gang.
No. Not that blonde chick.
Different blonde chick? Okay.
The one they rescued from Tied Up.
Then I don't remember that.
She was really pretty. She shows up. She kind of betrays him, but they wind up becoming a thing.
That still sounds like the biker chick when they meet them, because she turns on him in that episode. Because she kills a bunch of his other guys because they raped her when they.
Oh yeah, no, this ain't. You're talking about the biker chick that like melded with the alien DNA, not her. But this was actually. Yeah, this was a blonde woman that like he and her were like together on a number of episodes. Like,
then I don't remember that.
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna find a picture of her.
Yeah, I was trying to pull up through IMDb and see what I could find.
Right. Anyway, why do you ask?
Well, because my wife and I started rewatching it the other night. Had my son watch it with us, and man, 2 episodes in, like I remember watching the show, bitching at when Noah Wiley's like whole crew would go out on a mission, and even then it was like, okay, he's got an AK 7.62 by 39, and his one son will have like a Galil, which different mags in 5.56. Another guy in the squad will have a G36, different fucking mags. Another guy have an AR, different mags again.
Right.
Another guy with an MP5 and 9mm. You're just like, I think you had a guy with an M14 as well. Again, different caliber, different mags. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like fire team wise, that's terrible.
Well,
you support each other in the slightest degree.
It's probably, I think the premise of that was they were found weapons.
No, I get that, but you wouldn't put a unit that's going out to go get into a firefight with all that different mags. Ammunition's one thing, but mags in general. So, guys, G36 when he runs empty, he's like, "Yo, give me another mag," and hand him a Stanag mag. You can't use that,
right?
I bitched about it then, and even quickly watching it, these 2 episodes, I was kind of like, "Oh, yep, it's already begun." The whole, jacked up fire team. Tactics and that shit, but also the shooting in general was it's pretty rough. Really a lot of bad hip firing, like 80s style almost. Like you're reading something, you're mouthing it. Oh, you muted yourself, pal. Let's see how long it takes to find the mute button. Let's see, following skies. Where's the cast at? Oh, you're unmuted. So did you find her?
I'm looking.
Oh, I thought you found her already. Yeah, because there's blonde chick, Margaret. I think they called her Maggie. Moon Blood God was the main chick that was in a lot.
Her name was Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah Carter. That's the chick that you're introduced to her in the second episode with the biker dude.
No, she was introduced. Okay.
No, 50 episodes, man.
Okay. And
then I think John Pope, wasn't that? That was the biker guy.
John Pope, yep. So she got trapped in like this alien goo.
And kind of starting to sound familiar.
And then the Tom Mason dude was like going to go on a mission, and it took like she was introduced in season 4.
No, 50 episodes. No, Wiley 52. She's in like the whole damn show.
No, we're talking about 2 different people, brother.
Well, the Sarah Carter chick, I'm reading it right now, says 50 episodes. So there must be another blonde Sarah in the show.
All right, hold on. Let's see.
Like, I'm looking at it.
No, but I remember specifically, yeah. I don't think.
You're saying they found some other blonde that got up with the biker guy, is what you're saying. Yeah, that definitely is not that Sarah chick that's in 50 episodes because she couldn't stand him. Where's the
right?
fuck?
Yeah, they didn't get along.
No, because her gang raped her.
No. You're talking about the younger blonde.
Oh my god, dude! No, I'm talking about window share screen. Here, look at my screen. This chick right here. This chick, Sarah Carter, she was part of his gang when you meet them in the second episode of the first season.
Right.
And she immediately turns on John Pope to free Tom Mason and his crew because she was raped by his biker guys when they first found her before the show started. And she immediately joined their group and meshed in.
Well, then he was
a prisoner for a while.
It was then the other blonde. Remember the blonde chick they met with the tattoos also.
I'm only like 2 episodes back in.
She was the one that the old boys the 2 brothers fell in love with.
Okay. The oldest brother, had a blonde chick who I think she only made it through like a few episodes before she got like.
Oh no, she stayed on for a long time. Remember, she got merged with the alien DNA.
I remember her getting like, now you say one of the things on her back, but
yeah,
I thought she was gone for a while. But it's not this chick though.
No, the girl I'm talking about.
But anyways, what is your whole point with all this chick? Like, this is what killed you from the show.
I got down that rabbit hole. So, like, Tom Mason and his crowd were going to go do something.
Of course they were.
And it was important. But she was, like, trapped in this goo and couldn't move, right? So, Pope, who had saved Tom's ass a number of times, was like, hey, I need you for, like, a minute, bro. Like, help me. And the woman not only did Pope over, but she was a pretty good asset. And he goes, hey, I need some help. It ain't gonna take but a minute. And Tom Mason drives off. And then so he goes to find her help. When he gets back, she's dead. And I thought that is such an egregious mistake that a leader would make, especially on an already tumultuous relationship.
Right.
That I'm like, no, and I'm like, fuck this. The same thing with
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. That's stupid. And it was starting to get stupid. Like, remember their daughter came back, the little blonde girl, she had like powers and shit.
No, but
yeah.
And I think we didn't finish watching it when it was first on because we literally cut cable and went all streaming then.
Right.
That kind of put a hamper on our Walking Dead watching that as well too. But
I couldn't watch it.
Up until that point, it was entertaining. I didn't say it was great, but it was entertaining.
It was all right, but it started like I felt like by the time where I was at, the quality had already gone to shit.
Right.
And so when that happened, I'm like, that's just such an egregious mistake. Fucking, I'm out. It was like
it was only 5 seasons.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. And The Walking Dead was a pretty decent movie or TV show, rather. Sorry, until they killed the big redheaded dude with the ball bat. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm out. That was it for me. I said, nah, fuck this shit.
Yeah. See, I'll argue with a lot of fans when they say a lot of them turned out from that point. I'm like, all of you are stupid and you missed out. It's because you got mad because your favorite character got killed. And the reality is, for the most part, through the whole battle with Negan, it actually even beyond, it still was pretty close to the graphic novel source material.
See, I never watched any of that or read any of the source.
Well, and that's fine, but that's where I'm saying it's funny where people are like, oh, they killed off God, I'm drawing blank on his name, but that dude in Glenn, they killed them both. That was too much for me. I'm like, well, you're dumb because that's how it happened. Only the big redhead dude, actually, his death was crappier in the books. It was more just, do you remember? Well, you probably wouldn't have seen this one then. You probably don't. Remember there was a fat chick, they were walking on some railroad tracks and she got shot in the head with an arrow, like a crossbow bolt. And it was like one of those things where like it happened and she's still talking mid-sentence because she's not even realizing that it's happening. And she turns, she looks to him and you see it. And of course, then she falls over and dies. That's how they killed him, the big redhead dude in the books.
Oh, really?
And in the end, I guess Kirkman wasn't happy with that. So he thought his out would be better if it was Negan bashing his brains in with a bat.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because we still watch the show. The biggest problem that happened in that show was the showrunner at the time, the one dude took over. I think he did some weird storytelling where like it was like a story, an episode, another episode, another episode, another episode before you'd come back to the one story. It took like 3 weeks to get back to it. So you're like, what in the fuck's going on? Rather than telling the 3 stories at 3 segments in each episode. I think that's for a lot of people often got bored with it because I got a little bored with it. But once he left, new showrunner came in, it remained really solid. And again, the only reason we quit watching it was we were going to a friend's house to watch it. That just kind of fell apart because kids were in school and it was too late for us to be out. So now we've had to re-catch up on Netflix. And I tell you what, my wife and I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, it's still good. People are saying it wasn't good anymore. Like, you're wrong. It's still good.
I will be honest with you, though. Probably after about into the second, maybe third season, I was kind of checking out.
Which is funny because you get people watch a zombie film and what do they always bitch about? It's over too soon. They want more of the story.
Right.
Walking Dead does exactly that, gives you more of the story. And everybody's like, it's just zombies. I'm kind of checking out.
I mean, I thought it should have been called How One Man Can Fuck Up the End of the World. Because the dude
Agree with that.
You remember the guy that was fucking amazing with the Python? He didn't even need sights.
No, okay, hold on. Let's not. Remember we talked about with Steve Mad Pig? What was the separating your emotion?
No, right. But I'm mentioning that
we can't control that dumb shit that happens. Like,
right, no, I'm just mentioning that so you know who I'm talking about.
Well, it's called Rick. It's the main character.
I don't remember his name.
I'm telling you, it's Rick. It's the main character.
I believe you 100%. He was a cop. He couldn't shoot. So, here again, and I know, it's a zombie movie or TV show or what have you. So I'm reading too much into it. But I remember every time they would get to a safe haven, somehow or another, he would they were in a fucking prison.
He would kind of fuck it up. Yeah.
And I'm like, how was this guy a fucking cop for more than about 15 minutes? I mean, if he's this inept and everything in the world is counting on him, imagine him just, phoning in his day as a police officer. He's those motherfuckers that tells you that's the First Amendment area over there and arrest you for some bullshit, So, yeah. And I was like, this guy's a fucking moron. And all these idiots know he's a moron. And they're like, let's give him one more chance. Let's give him 3 more episodes. And I was like, they should have took that motherfucker out and made him dig holes in the ground. And then
I'll say in the books, he's way more competent in the books than what the show does. But yeah, the show, he was like, just, let's leave my group into one bad spot to another. And yeah, you're just kind of like, what in the fucking hell are you doing, dude?
They could have I understand they got to keep the drama and tension up. But there's a lot of ways to still do that. What the hell is that?
I agree. It's something I was going to roll into from Walking Dead.
All right, I'm done with that.
No, I don't disagree. I'm not going to ever say that the show is perfect because it's not. I'm just saying it's thoroughly entertaining, and it still remains pretty good. I mean, it has low points, but also it kind of crawled back to some of them. Even with him gone, he's been gone the last several seasons.
Oh, really? What happened? Yeah. He got?
No, he got kidnapped.
He just didn't ever show back up.
Correct.
They ate it.
I think until the very, very, very like the series finale. I think he showed back up.
Oh, so they didn't eat him.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe
they're still going. So.
Oh no shit! No, it's still going.
Well, no, The Walking Dead itself has ended.
Oh,
I think Fear the Walking Dead ended, but then they have Dead City, which is about Maggie and Negan being in New York, Daryl Dixon in France, and I think there's another one with Michonne and Rick back called Walking Dead, Those That Survive or something like that. Yeah, no, it's still like, I don't know how I think it might have slowed down season wise. Like, it's not an annual release anymore like regular TV used to be. Right. Like, they've gone the route of everybody else where it's like 2-3 years before a fucking season comes out, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But
rolling from zombies, I've come across this game called Undead Chronicles.
Okay.
Looks to be like a 20s, 30s period piece.
Is that a BAR?
No, I think it's a pump action. I gotta
okay.
Kill on my end. Yeah, it's pump action.
Yeah. That's an 1897.
But these guys it's a very small team. You're a banker who's thrust into the Walking Dead kind of situation. But I guess the whole thing is slow zombies, slow shooting, slow movement, and bold action. More in the survival of it. But something I saw today was kind of cool. They were showing an animation for shooting 1911. He's one-handing it. Ottoman Bank. Okay.
Istanbul.
He's blasting away with a 1911, but then they basically got some reference photos and was like, man, for one-handed 1911 shooting, the recoil was too light and too well controlled. And some people bitched back. They're like, here's our new footage where there's a bit more recoil to the 1911. And people cried. And they're like, no, that's stupid. Why is the recoil so low? And they're like, well, this guy's not a soldier. He's not a cop. He's a nobody. He's not familiar with guns. And I was like, okay, that's not a terrible move to give it, high recoil, rough recoil if your person is not a gun person at all, I'm like, I don't hate that.
How to mitigate that perceived recoil. Maybe it was the 9mm 1911.
I mean,
ooh, that's
so this is the original. So yeah, it's real low recoiling.
Yeah,
about like how you and I with your 1911.
Yeah,
you know, but we're gun experts. You know, we know what we're doing. We know how to shoot.
Especially me, I'm the ultimate expert.
Oh God, I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm joking.
I know you are, dumbass. And now we'll cut to the other footage here in a second. There, way more.
Oh yeah, okay. That.
Like at first, I was like, "That's fucking stupid," but then I started reading their comments. They're like, "No, the dude's a banker. He's not a gun person at all." I'm like, "I'll accept that. Like that's acceptable excuse." But I chimed back and said, "Ditch the whole like gun flipping, getting the magazine out." I was like, "Because if he's a new guy, he's using two hands, like pulling magazines out. You know,
right?
Don't do the gun flip." So maybe they'll listen to me. But in the end, the cool part is small team. They're listening to feedback from people talking about some of the gun shit. Like that's cool shit. Because back in the day, there were developers that did go to the range before they made their game and shot the shit out of guns to learn how they worked. And now they just shoot fucking airsoft versions and they're like, "Oh look, nothing recoils." No, that's not how this shit works. Like they have recoil, but you know how to control it. It's pretty fucking easy.
Is this game out?
No. This is something that's still in the works. I don't know how far out it is, but I'll keep you posted on it because I'm following it. It looks cool as shit.
If you're gonna, you think it's like a multiplayer, like the Alien type video game?
I'm pretty sure I heard it said single player only.
Oh, okay.
But nothing says that if it goes well, they can't put multiplayer into it. Like, especially if it's using a common game engine like Unreal or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's single player.
Okay.
Yeah, Undead Chronicles brings back zombie shooters back to basics, old school FPS, slow zombies, dark spaces, Istanbul. Wishlist now on Steam.
I thought Istanbul was in the Middle East.
Well, I guess that's if you consider the Middle East or not. Some it is.
I was fucking with you. You said it's on Steam. Like, wait a minute. I thought it was in the Middle East.
Steam, yeah, the way you play games, yeah.
I know, Dave. It was a fucking bad joke, but it was a joke nonetheless.
Uh-huh.
Dick.
Well, I know you love me to show it off.
Oh, tell me all about it. What is that?
Well, this is my B&T GHM9 unpulse rifled.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, it's because the outlier can
right
is not full auto rated.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna put a different can on this thing. But for now it's on here. The reason I say it's not full auto rated is because if you can see the safety, there's safe, there's fire, and there's brrr.
Oh yeah, the FRT.
Yeah. Made by Cloak Industries and a couple other outfits that work together.
Are they about the best on the market, Cloak?
Dude, I don't know. I've only dabbled a few of them. Okay. And like I know they make an AR one, or maybe Cloak doesn't, but they work with an outfit that makes an AR one that is a heavy like cassette trigger. I'm gonna call it like sidewalls too. Like you know what cassette triggers are. Do you know what cassette triggers are?
Cassette or set?
Cassette.
You talking about like you just drop it in as a unit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a cassette trigger, and they work with an outfit that makes an AR one. Never use theirs, but at least this thing, it's badass.
Does it work good?
It feels super heavy built, you know, almost overbuilt. It worked really well, man. I shot suppressed, unsuppressed, stupid fast rate of fire out of it. I honestly, I can't wait to shoot the damn thing more. I can't wait to get a can that's full auto rated to put my pulse rifle configuration back on it.
Can you? Does it compare pretty close to MG?
In general, my experience with the several FRTs that I have is they're very comparable to full autos.
And the reason I abbreviated that is because I didn't know if you use that word on some of these.
I don't know. MG is probably a good way to say it. It probably is a safe way to say MGs. But yeah, my experience, the FRs are very comparable to MGs for sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
My first introduction was at the Meprolite booth at Silencer Summit, or not Silencer Summit, but Silencer Co. Do you remember they had a Meprolite booth? It was probably
CanCon.
What did I say?
Silencer Co.
That's a manufacturer.
Yes. It's okay. So CanCon.
Damn, it's been a long day. It's been hot.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, CanCon. So they had a booth, I don't know, 6 or 8 down from you.
Yeah.
And they had a number of rifles, and I know some people at Meprolite. I do a lot of reviews, those wonderful people. And I couldn't tell the difference.
I think it's pretty indistinguishable. Like, I think it really is. I mean, I think the only difference is with these FRs, I think sometimes you might have to tune some of the guns. Maybe
You might have to do what?
Tune them.
Tune them. Okay.
Yeah. Like heavy buffers like that. But this thing, it was a drop in and go.
When on my MG, I'm running an H4 plus buffer.
Yeah, you're saying that.
To slow it down, because the cyclic rate was so fast when you put a standard baffle stack type can on it with the increased back pressure, it was less reliable than without.
Right.
So I talked with Andrew, and he developed an H4 plus buffer. He makes them in his shop, machines everything. And it made a significant difference in so much that even when I run my little 10.5, or excuse me, 11.5 or 7.5, I run an H4 plus buffer in it.
Right. That's cool.
It slows the recoil pulse down enough to where if you put a good brake on it, you can run that gun. I took it to gun sight. You know, and the instructor's like, man, that gun shoots flat, but that brake is obnoxious.
Yeah, they usually are obnoxious.
And this was the Michlik brake. Jerry Michlik designed.
No, I think it's very obnoxious. It's very obnoxious.
And Andrew made a deal with Jerry. Andrew made them and sold them. And for like X number of years, I think Jerry got a piece of it.
Oh, okay.
But
like, that's an obnoxious brake.
Oh,
but
God.
They work.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, Lena Michlik, I don't know if she still does, but she ran a BPM AR in a number of matches.
Really?
Yeah. Andrew shot with her a bunch of times. Like when Andrew would go to shot, she would like swing and she was like, hey, what's up, Barnes? And they would talk for 10 minutes.
That's cool.
So he knows her pretty well. But he knows he knows a bunch of competitors well personally because he shoots a lot of 3-gun.
Right.
So
3-gun really is like a whole nother like group almost to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I did like 2-gun, but never 3-gun.
I've done it once, and honestly, it was kind of a pain in the ass. You didn't have like a cart to maneuver all your shit around.
You gotta tote a lot of shit around.
Yeah, that's and the matches are more time consuming too. I think too.
Oh yeah. Shoot a lot of bullets.
Yeah. Since I got so motivated, since I got so motivated with the B&T having that FR in there, I kept thinking, man, I need to buy more 147s and create some more subsonic loads. And I was trying to tell myself, I'm like, I have a shit ton of bullets between still my dad's supply when he passed.
Right.
And what I already had. It's just, I have a ton of bullets, but they're all 115s, 124s. And the other day I was like, man, screw it. I'm just gonna buy some 147s. And
did you buy the ammunition or the bullet?
The bullet. I'll load my own.
You're gonna okay.
Yeah,
can you load a 124 grain subsonic that will cycle, say, a Glock 17?
Yes, you can, with the right powder. A buddy of mine's got a couple of mixtures that he's messed around and done that. I don't know if I can do a tight group.
You gotta have a real gassy powder. Or I don't guess that would matter so much in a handgun.
Yeah, it's all I've shot for so long. I couldn't.
Maybe it's a really fast, like a really fast burning powder to create that shockwave.
I think I've loaded some 124 subs with HP 38 because I was running that for a real long time.
Okay,
and that's still what I run in 38 Special. So I also ordered some more 158s so I can get my lever action back out and running it with subs as well.
Facebook post.
What's that?
I saw your Facebook post, I think, today.
Yeah. I was like, I need to load more subs and go back to shooting subs because it's so awesome. It's so much fun.
Whose Prius was that you had leaned it against? Is that your Prius?
You're fucking retarded.
There's no okay. Tell me something I don't know. I mean, fuck. I've known you for long enough to know that you should know that. Yeah, I am a fucking retard.
You are a fucking retard.
But everybody got to be something.
Yes, so long as you've known me, I've had an FJ, which I still have.
I know.
But that picture of my lever gun was up against my Tundra.
I know. I was talking to Chad today, and he's like, "Hey, are you doing your thing with Dave tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, how's it going?" You know, he was asking me. I said, "Dave got some bullshit FJ thing, and put a bunch of big tires on it." I said, "Threw a fucking bunch of money away." and
sweet
Chad,
too.
And Chad's like, "Yeah, Dave, I like Dave, but he's a fucking retard." I was like, "Why?" I was like, "Why would you buy an FJ and put all that money in it when you go out and get a Ford truck?" And Chad's like, "I completely agree." He said, "Except, you know, your Toyota's going to run, 500,000 miles."
It's going to run what?
500,000 miles.
More.
Whatever. It don't.
I'm not up to a 250,000. Well, no, I'm like a couple thousand from 200,000 miles on my FJ.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I take care of it, man.
Well, as you should.
You're right.
My damn cattle. I turned. If I'm not mistaken, I turned 36,000 miles today on my cattle.
Oh my God.
I know.
Did you ever drive it? Jesus.
So this is conundrum. I love that car. I do. So last week I filled it up. Now it's 93 non-ethanol.
No, trust me, my FJ takes that.
All right.
Well, not non-ethanol, but 93 though. Yeah.
I run the 93 non-ethanol.
What's that shit running?
Oh, it's 4 and change a gallon.
Yeah, okay.
Up here. And so I went and filled it up. Dave, I shit you not. I drove it. Work has been a little slow the past 3 days.
Right.
So what we've got to do, we're waiting for it to be not quite so hot. Anywho.
Yeah, I get that.
So I drove myself to lunch 3 times. 3 times. And I ain't talking about way, way away. Like today I took myself to City Barbecue. The other day I went to Jersey Mike's. I mean, this is within, a 10-minute drive.
Right.
And so I'm cruising along almost the damn City Barbecue, and I look down and I'm like, fucking my gas gauge is wrong. It says a half. It's not. I was like, it says a half a tank, but I'm like, I filled this car up like 3 days ago, and I haven't drove it anywhere. And I'm tapping on it, and it's like, no, man,
No, man.
I said, I love it, but I mean, if I drove that so much to lunch 4 days a week, I would probably be in it for $100. Fucking gas.
Ouch, man.
I know it.
Yeah.
And we're, I'm going to go back to Connecticut to do a little bit more filming for the custom shop. I talked with Rich a few days ago.
Are you driving?
Well, we drove before. Fuck yeah, I'm driving.
Oh, I didn't realize you drove before. Damn.
Yeah, we drove before. Well, I mean, I got 4 cameras, batteries. I ain't flying with shit.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And so Candy's like, you and Chad are going back. I said, yeah, at some point. And she's like, why don't you drive your Cadillac up there?
Because I don't hate money that much.
And I said, hell, it'd probably take them $400 to get that summit to Connecticut.
Right.
So, last time we drove, I took my mama's BMW. And, anywho, I'm just belly aching. Fuck, a half a tank.
Well, dude, I saw the other day, I was putting gas in the Tundra, and I saw what was it, 87 ethanol free, and that shit was more. That was more than 93. More.
That seems bass backwards.
I don't know, because they had their 87, 89, 91, 93, but then right there it was a green label to it, 87 ethanol free, and it was like 60 cents, 80 cents more than 93. I was like, holy shit.
I wonder what that's all about.
I don't know, man. I think gas is a racket like everything else anymore.
Well, of course it is.
Water me up, please.
Beer.
Water.
Beer.
Water.
Beer.
Go.
Vodka.
Water.
Vodka.
Tell me to bring me a beer.
Yeah, right. He'll get right on that. Might be a little warm by the time he gets there.
Oh well, I mean, you ain't got no cooler. What the hell, man. Anywho, so well, I'm gonna tell you. So I had an influx of YouTube commandos. FindRangeHot.com, which is always.
I can imagine what fun that is.
It's like yay. So let's preference. Now, you know, when I do my gun reviews, Dave, I always get 3 to 5, 6 other people. And if my mom is in town, I get her to shoot.
Yep.
So, you know, I got my mom shooting a Desert Eagle. I got her shooting numerous 44 Magnums. So anyway, on my Kodiak review, my mama come out there and shot my Kodiak 44 Magnum with 44 Magnum ammunition. And, you know, she's 82, 83. She's 5 foot tall, and she might be 115 pounds.
Right.
So she's rocking it, but it's rocking her.
Sure.
And, you know, this fucking Yahoo jumps in the comments. It's like, you can't teach her to shoot you can't teach grandmama to shoot no better than that.
God.
You know, teach her to recoil recoil better than that. She's not recoiling. She's not controlling her recoil as well as she should. Here's some tips.
Like, okay, Francis.
and I said, yeah. And I jumped in the comments. I'm like, hey, look, you dumbass. That's an 82-year-old woman that weighs 110 pounds out there.
Right.
Shooting a 44 Magnum and shot a cylinder of it.
Right.
The gun weighs almost as much as she does. So I was like, and B, while I am sure when you were spit out of whatever hole you come from, when your little baby feet hit the fucking deck, you are immediately an expert in everything guns, or maybe just everything. But 3, when you jump into a comment section of a YouTube video and attempt to be an instructor, everybody that shot a gun more than one time looks at you and goes, "That guy's a fucking douchebag."
Yeah, no doubt.
So I just, you know, I replied like that, and I was trying to. But for all you out there, if you watch, the only time I would say it is applicable if somebody's doing something grossly unsafe. But
or they're asking, "Hey, what am I doing wrong?"
Right. But
don't do that on the internet ever.
No, right.
Private groups is one thing, not internet in general.
So if you're that guy that jumps into the YouTube comments to be an instructor,
you're a dipshit. That
is one rung below the dude that walks around at the range and goes, "Hey, you're unprovoked. Hey, man, you should tighten your grip. You should do that." He just where I shot used to be this one old codger. He'd come out there and he'd sit at the fucking table, and you know he might have a rifle thrown on the table, but I guarantee you the damn barrel's still brand new. Anyway, he would be happy to tell you ad nauseum what you're doing wrong, even if you didn't ask. If you're just out there having a good time. And, you know, I would often say, every time I see you, you got a rifle and ain't got no fucking bullets for it. Is that a prop or is that real? I've never seen you shoot that thing. So don't be that guy.
Seriously, don't be that guy. It's fucking annoying as shit. Nobody likes that.
And, you know, and a lot of people ask, because, you know, like a lot of times, like the last review I did with a Mad Pig, the girl that shot, dark-haired girl that shot, she's my neighbor, hadn't shot a handgun in like 20 years and had never shot any kind of rifle.
Right.
So, you know, she's levering it. And so essentially what I tell people is I've got a lot of new shooters and I've got a lot of mid shooters and oftentimes I'll get good shooters. But a lot of times, Dave, if it's a brand new shooter and there is something about that handgun, rifle, what have you, that is maybe just marginally fucked, someone who is a proficient shooter like yourself would probably more than likely automatically adjust against it. Right. And your brain would never register. Oh, you know what? This grip feels a little weird. So you, Dave, is shooting, you become autopilot and you automatically make your adjustments and your brain never registers it.
Yep.
And that's not saying nothing bad about you. It's just a lot of the basic fundamentals, you're on autopilot when you're shooting because
Absolutely.
But you get a new girl in and she shoots this gun and she's like, this grip is so, or this is that, or the trigger. And I'm like, that's unvarnished an opinion.
Yeah.
So all I do is, make sure they're safe, maybe shoot a mag or a cylinder off camera.
Yep.
And we do the safety brief. And I'm like, if you can shoot this safely, fuck the So anyway, that's my spiel.
Well, and here I'll give a public service announcement. It's a simpler, much lighter hearted one than that.
Oh, beautiful.
Since I got that B&T, I had to pull the trigger out of it. And I wasn't sure what that entailed, but I knew it was very, very, very similar to an AR trigger.
Oh, okay.
Which looking at it, it really very much is. But there's a couple of things I was needing tool wise. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Harbor Freight and grab some shit. And like some of the simplest things, like little magnetic bowls.
Yeah.
For dropping your shit in. Like this guy from Harbor Freight was like $2.
Yep. I got 2 or 3 of them.
And jeez. And I needed some picks, some steel picks. Those were like $4, Harbor Freight. I picked up I recently got a battery powered Sawzall.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed some Harbor Freight blades because I just saw them there and they were like $5 for a pack of like 12. Are they the greatest ones in the world? No. Did I use one blade and it's still sharp at cutting down several old fence posts? Yeah, worked like a charm. Hot after butter. I mean, you can get a lot of decent shit for the money of what Harbor Freight is.
You can.
Don't shy away from it. Like I remember when I used to do infrastructure data cabling. So mostly new construction, installing Cat 5, Cat 6 lines.
Oh, right.
At the time, still some Cat 3 phone lines. But when we started doing that, we basically had to buy our own tools. And me and my other buddy, we were equally just poor dipshits in our early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
We absolutely would not go to Harbor Freight because they're like, oh, that's just all junk. And we'd buy what we could from Lowe's. Now, don't get me wrong. I bought some DeWalt's. I don't remember what the hell he ever bought much of anything. But I knew I was to spend money on DeWalt's, and it hurt on my paycheck side to get the DeWalt. But again, that DeWalt lasted me post that job, multiple jobs in the house before it died. But now when I go back and think, I need a heat gun. I'm not going to fucking Lowe's. I'm going to Harbor Freight and buying it for like $20. And guess what? I've used it 3 times. It's more than paid for itself in the job I needed for it. So don't discredit Harbor Freight for what your job is and what you need to use for something, a quick and simple solution. Does that make sense?
I'm going to agree with you in 2 ways. A, if you are not making your living daily with tools,
yep,
there's no need to go buy an $80 half-inch drive ratchet from Snap-on.
Nope.
When you could get an Icon, for like $18.
Yep.
Wow. It probably over the life of the tool, obviously, it probably wouldn't hold up and last like Snap-on. However, if I'm not mistaken, they do have a lifetime warranty.
I'll say it's like they have a lifetime warranty. Like even Harbor Freight offers one if the tool brand itself doesn't.
Right. And so, but there's this dude on YouTube that does these videos on testing tools.
Okay.
So he got like a bunch of different wrenches and open end, box end. I don't remember, like 3/4 or whatever.
Sure.
And so he got a set of wrenches from like 8 manufacturers, and he had like a torque gauge where you could hook on the handle and it would measure the force. Right. And so what he would do is he put the open end on the nut and he would measure how much force it took for the jaws to open, and then how much force it took to break the closed end.
Right.
And it was like Snap-on, Mac Tools, Craftsman, but the Icon line. And would you believe the Icon constantly placed like 2nd or 3rd?
I believe it.
And here's the thing. Like, let's say the Snap-on wrench, which the Snap-on tools always did place first. But let's say, and I'm making these numbers up, Dave. Let's say the Snap-on wrench spreads at 53 foot-pounds of pressure. The Harbor Freight one would be like 50 or 51.
Right.
It was, it won't far behind. And I thought, and the guy was like, okay, this set of wrenches from Snap-on is $300. This net of wrenches from Harbor Freight is $30.
Yeah.
It's 10 times more expensive for the Snap-on, but it's not 10 times the value.
No. Dude, stupid shit, even like paintbrushes. Now, consider what you're painting, like, wow, what the hell? I bought a, what do you call it? Like a rust inhibitor shit for step rails on my FJ.
Like a polyurethane?
No, it wasn't a polyurethane. I don't know what the hell this shit was.
Okay.
But the main thing was, though, like I needed basically a brush I was going to buy, use for this, and throw it away. Harbor Freight. They were a fraction of the price of buying the cheapest brushes from Lowe's.
Right.
Like, now, would I use it to roll my walls when I repaint my house? No, I'm going to go buy better on some Sherwin-Williams because I know a bunch of painter friends, and they're like, don't buy your shit from Lowe's, buy it from Sherwin-Williams. But yeah, know what you're doing. And man, I walked out there with a bucket full of shit. I think all I paid was $35.
I needed a pipe wrench. I needed a small pipe wrench to get a little like nipple out of the wall before everybody becomes a fucking 12-year-old. In plumbing sense, anything shorter than 12 inches pipe-wise is considered a nipple. So I had to get this little rusty nipple out of the wall, and it was, you don't want to put no damn 24, 36-inch pipe wrench.
Right.
So I went to Harbor Freight, man, and this little orange pipe wrench, it was like yay tall.
Right.
And it was like, I think it was like $8, and the same size, like rigid, would probably been like $58.
Yeah. And
I was like, well, so I bought the little son of a bitch, expecting it to probably work, but maybe not.
Right.
And I've been using it a year. So,
I mean, yeah, don't discredit Harbor Freight. I mean, a simple thing I always go back for, latex gloves.
If
I'm working on gun shit, car shit, or meat, like prepping some meat for barbecue, Harbor Freight's gloves. They're a hell of a lot cheaper than Lowe's, and you're still getting the same mill on top of that. That's the cool thing too. It's not like they're cheap, shitty gloves. They're solid gloves. Like, I actually wear the hell out of them. Like, I keep a pair up at the grill that I'll put on when I'm messing with the charcoal and shit, and I'll pull them off from back underneath the grill. Next time I need them again, put them back on. So like, they're this is it again. Don't discredit Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight tools can be there for the win. Like, seriously.
I got a buddy of mine. His son works for Harbor Freight, like doing marketing. And we got to talking about the tools, and yes, they're cheap, but we're talking to him, if I remember right, and this could be me talking out of school, the markup on Harbor Freight tools was like even less than the markup on guns.
Wow.
It might have been like 5%.
Wow.
Now, some of the other stuff, it's got probably got a bigger markup, but he's like our Icon line, all the tools. He said, we do like here again. I might be making this up, but if I remember right, he's like it's like a 5-8% markup. And so while it is a cheap tool, you think, well, hell, if they're selling it to me for $10, what do they pay for it? $5? Well, they probably paid $8.50 for it.
Yeah,
they're gonna sell it to you for $10. However, they're gonna probably sell 3,000 of them this weekend.
Bingo. They're gonna do it by volume.
Then that's what he said. He said we make our profit in volume.
Shit, man, I forgot the light bar on my FJ. There's a Harbor Freight light bar. It's fucking great. Their winches have gotten great reviews for off-roading.
Oh,
like they're either Badlands brand or Badlands series.
Badlands, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and here's a caveat though, Dave, not to interrupt you, but before everybody gets all wrapped around the axle about, oh, it's all Chinese shit. So is this computer. So is your phone. I mean,
so is most of the shit you're buying from Lowe's and Home Depot.
Right.
Yeah.
So
get off that fucking high horse. I hate that shit. Oh, it's fucking Chinese shit. Yeah, so it's half everything else touching it's in your house.
Right. So unless you're living in a fucking tent that you made yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't have anything unless it's got made in the USA on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. So
no, I'm with you. There's a certain level, like, don't be a hypocrite. If you're gonna be diehard about like optics, if you're gonna be a hypocrite about Gideon Swamp Fox, they're just Chinese optics. Yeah. Did you look at that LPVO by your favorite brand there? They got some Chinesium circuitry and shit in there. It's like, don't act like you're immune to it because you're not. It's like, be honest about it. You know,
I'm working on a review for an AR scope from Crimson Trace. As a matter of fact, I'm using the HP-15, and now it's not Chinese, but it's like Philippines or something like that. And you know,
I got some Chinese parts in it.
Oh, well, for sure. And I got it. You know, here's the thing. I got it, and I kind of turned my nose up to it. But I know a guy, you know, I've got a buddy at Crimson Trace, and he's like, hey, Hunter, we'd like to get some coverage on this. I'm like, you know, I'm not going to be a douchebag. Right. And so I kind of turned my nose up on it. I'm like, well, I'm going to mount on this fucking high point because I ain't putting it on my fucking Barnes rifle. And
God, you're such a fucking snob. I thought you call me a snob, I mean HK snob, and listen to you, you fucking snob.
I know.
I'm not putting on my Barnes rifle.
I'm fucking work. Look, I'm representing right now, by the way. Anywho,
fucking chill.
He don't pay me, that motherfucker. He did give me an upper though to take the gun sight.
But didn't pay you though, huh? Okay.
No,
chill.
He didn't. He gives me an AR almost every year for my birthday.
What a fucking shill.
like he shows up to my birthday party for the past like 5 years. He shows up with a bag. He's like, happy birthday. Log that in ASAP. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's a fucking gun, right? So, nice. But I love Andrew. He's good people. Anywho, I took that fucking thing out, and you know, and I was at Andrew's, as a matter of fact, and I was like, this is not terrible. And so Barnes was like, who makes that? I'm like, I'm not telling. Just look through it, you know. And now, caveat, you know, you look through that, immediately switch over to your Night Force. You're like, oh fuck, I see the difference. But if you're out there and you're not chasing Twilight, it'll make it happen. And I think we talked about this before.
Dude, yeah.
If you want to get into shooting optics, you're like, I've got a $300 budget, then I would rather you go buy a $300 scope than just be like, fuck it.
Yep. No, so, I know. I've said it many, many times on our show and other shows too, that we are in like the golden era of optics right now, because you can get really good glass at budget pricing that truly is damn good.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, 15, almost 20 years ago, your cheap stuff, I'm gonna throw a couple brands out there, and I'm really not hating on them, but Barska, Konus, you know, that was the shit you would get. And if you had it, you ran it. When you looked at something nicer, you went, oh, holy shit, what a difference that makes. But now that line's been blurred a lot.
Yeah, it's not the gap that it used to be.
No, I think the bigger gap you're into now, especially talking like an LPVO, I've got this Swamp Fox 1:6. It's incredibly clear, dude. I will compare this to my Leopold and my Vortex. Where its negatives are, it's a lot heavier.
Oh.
And so that turns into like, you know, what's your build setup then? This could be a lot of ounces you're throwing on there.
Right.
Compared to a Leopold or a Vortex or a Night Force. But still, if you need good glass to see, though, man, this shit'll do it.
Well, I mean, you'd rather somebody go out there and have that than nothing.
Absolutely.
You know, and then grow into the Night Force. I mean, you know,
absolutely.
I've been a Leopold man my whole life, but I have scope. You know, I bought. Now I've already told this story, but my buddy, bought a BSA scope.
Yeah.
And you know, he broke it. He brought it to my house. He goes,
they replaced it.
Broken. I took it up to the local dealer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is broke. And he pulls one out of the cabinet. He goes, sorry, man. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, here you go.
Yeah. BSA stands behind it. Well, I had a buddy had one. I think I've told it before too, on a 3-in-1 mag. And it got busted. And he asked me to send it in because thinking I worked in industry, it'd be a difference. I'm like, dude, they say lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
I sent it into them, and they're like, well, we don't make that model, but here, we'll give you the new one that's a step up. I was like, okay, cool. And he got it, and he's blown away. I'm like, dude, you know, but I've also told you too, I've shot to 600 yards with a 7.62 AK with a, I won't name it, super cheap red dot. I had a good spotter. He had a good glass on his gun. But if the shit holds zero and it does what you need it to do, who gives a fuck?
At some point, it's just bragging rights.
It is.
Money, no object. I'm Night Force or, you know, Leopold. But
Yeah, no, you're a shill. I know.
Well,
no, it's good shit. I will never argue that. It is good shit.
It is.
Is it always worth the money? I don't know. That depends on your application.
That depends on what. And if you're like, I feel like, and this is no slight against Night Force, I feel like to exploit the bomb-proof optic that you get from Night Force, you need to be far more than just your casual shooter. You got to be serious. Yeah. You got to be out there, either your law enforcement, your military, or you're shooting some real F-class long-range shit, where you can squeeze every thin little hair of performance out.
And that's where I'll say at that point, then, if you don't need that, you're not that person, then don't spend that money. Don't.
Unless you have pride of ownership.
You mean bragging rights? Like seriously, if you're a casual shooter, you want good glass, there's plenty of good glass. You don't need to spend that money.
Yeah. Unless
you want to show off your big dick. I bought a Night Force for my AR that I shoot once a year.
Right, wow. Which I wouldn't agree with. I feel like, if your budget, if you're running a low budget, then get what you can get. But I would also say, if you have the money, buy the Night Force. If you have I'm sorry, my driveway alarm keeps dinging, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
No, you're good. You're good. Anyway, no, and that's the funny thing too. It's like, it doesn't matter how many reviews you read on something. If you've been a red dot person or an iron sight person and you want to try like an LPVO, man, it sucks because it's almost, hate to say, it's almost worth your time to buy a lesser expensive one to see if you even like the idea of the LPVO. And if you do, and you get the money, you want to buy the Night Force, fucking go for it. Get it because you want it.
There was a guy at my last gun sight class that showed up with he had never shot. He'd always shot red dot, and he had a brand new LPVO on his rifle. The first half of the first day, he goes, "This ain't the right optic for me."
Oh, that sucks.
But he went out in town and bought, a Meprolite or something.
Right.
And stuck on his rifle.
See, I had the fortunate effect of when I wanted to try an LPVO because they were getting real hot. This was, good God, almost 15 years ago. Charlie had a Leopold 1.5 to 4, 1.5 to 5 LPVO. And I was like, let me borrow that thing. I'm going to shoot a match with this thing. And the only thing I didn't like about it is the fact that it was a 1.5. I'd rather have been a true 1X.
Power, yeah.
But other than that, though, dude, cranking that thing over and shooting longer range, I was like, this is awesome. I came back, I'm like, yeah, I'm buying LPVO. And I did. Now at this point, I lost long range capability a while back. So there was no point in an LPVO. So the one I had, I kind of shelved it, went back to shooting red dots. Now I'm back to having more range availability. LPVOs are kind of a good mix in the table again, or even magnifier behind the red dot. I don't care which it is. It's the same fucking effect in the end. But
yeah,
but it sucks though. If you've got the money to spend on Night Force, and to think you buy that LPVO, you buy that 1 to 8, you go out and you run a match, a tactical games, whatever, and you go, I don't like this thing. Yeah, you can sell it. You're still not going to get back what you put into it. That sucks and hurts. At that point, I'd be like, man, get a $300 one. If you can't borrow one from a friend, if you're going to spend what's an LPVO of Night Force, $1,500, $1,800.
Oh, that's probably about where they start.
I mean, so at that point, you can spend the money and drop $300 on something lesser expensive to see if you like the style of it. I feel is kind of worth your time and money.
If you hate it, you're out $300 versus $1,500, $1,800.
I mean, and if you like it and you want the bigger one,
it's a backup.
When you bought, put it on another gun.
It's a backup.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not a complete wash or a complete waste. So,
I agree.
Well, here's what I'll throw at you.
Okay.
As we try and wrap this up.
Okay.
So I'm leaving for the beach here soon.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of running around my head of what am I going to take gun wise. Like I'll have my carry gun, which will probably my echelon. Do what?
I said flamethrower.
Flamethrower. But yeah, I was like, what gun am I going to take for that, make it whatever crazy bullshit scenario of defense or escape to get out of where I am. Last several times I've traveled anywhere, it's either been my MCX in 5.56 or my MP5 in 9mm with several mags to go with it. And the only other thing I'm considering possibly is the GHM, because it's even smaller than the MP5. Can on it, it's about the same as the MP5 with a can.
Okay.
But at the same time, MCX, 11.5 inch, have a can with me, still more firepower. Just easy to carry the same amount of ammo.
Get an SBR or a pistol. 16 or 18 inches a bitch to carry.
No, the MCX is 11.5.
Yeah, so yeah,
or I actually thought was the 733. Suppressor ready.
I mean, I would probably opt, and I'll dig that, but I would probably opt for that MCX.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, give me a why.
What
yeah, that's 11.5 with the prism and iron sights.
All right. So what optic are you running on the MCX?
EOTech.
Which is superior to that
prism? I would say so.
So you got a better optic. The MCX is a modern design. I'm not taking away anything from the A2 style rifle. I think they're sexy, but and this is me not being a FUD no more.
Yeah. Clearly not. I'm enjoying this.
Recognize. While I thought the clamshell handguards were amazing, to be able to hang a light, and I know you hang a lot of shit off your rifle, but to be able to hang a light, to be able to mount an optic, all that sort of shit, to put a foregrip on it. Now I would, I know, but it's not as easily done. It's not.
No, it's not. It's a little fuckery to get it to happen.
And, and like, for example, my little 11.5 inch SBR, I've got a True Vision SR Meprolite with a 4-power magnifier on it.
Yep.
And then I'm using the Meprolite iron sights because they work with those optics. So anyway, because I've got M-LOK and rail all around that handguard, I opted to take my TLR1 light, and I mounted it upside down on the top rail. And when you're doing the thumb over, using the forward grip, just the index, you can take your thumb over finger and easily manipulate that light on, off, or pulse or momentary, whatever they call it. So,
yeah, I totally get that.
I liked the coolness of the old is nostalgic, and yes, I want it. But if I had to pick something, then something with the modern features that allow you to expand the capabilities is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, lights on it, turn it back up. Laser, because I'll have my nods with me because I'll be at the beach, because why not? So we got laser capability. Granted, still aim passively with EOTech. I mean,
and EOTechs are fine. There's nothing wrong.
Fine, EOTechs are great, dude.
But
what?
Oh no, I agree with you. I'm like, they're fine. I don't think there's nothing wrong with them.
No, I think they're fucking awesome. They've kind of become my favorite red dots.
Oh shit.
It's a holographic, but whatever. No, yeah, I have 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I do like them a lot.
Well, I like EOTechs. I've tried EOTechs, a number of different red dots. I settled on Meprolite just because I feel like, for me, that especially they do that.
Dude, they all have the same features. They all do the same shit. They flat out. They really do.
Really?
Yes. Like you crack me every time you bring Meprolite. I'm not gonna say you're being a shill for Meprolite, but you act like Meprolite does something that nobody else does, and they all do the same shit.
Well, what I'm saying, like with the True Vision SR, you've got, and I know, but for me, the interface, the usability of it, for me, it's better. It's more conducive to how I like to run the gun over, like an EOTech or an aim point for sure.
To which I ask how and why. So the True Vision SR looks like an EOTech.
I mean, okay.
So that's total like an EOTech. Controls on the side, big ass window, dot, or looks like dot or crosshair dot, which you can get your EOTechs either way too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to convert you. I'm just basically saying they all do the same shit.
Okay. Well,
across the board.
Now, I have more experience with Meprolite than I do Aimpoint and EOTech. However, running the three brands, I don't know, comfort level, I don't know. I can't put my finger on one reason why I like it.
That's fine. I get it. Because I have 3 or 4 EOTechs. I have 3 or 4 Aimpoints. I think they're equally as good.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
I have several Swamp Foxes. I've got the Swamp Foxes, or not Swamp Fox, Gideon. The Gideon's new in their Mediator XL. It's even a bigger window than the EOTech, and it's fucking awesome. And that's actually a budget Chinese optic, but it's a red dot, so it's stupid clear. You can't really fuck up red dots to this point.
Right.
I have a Seymour, and the Seymour is still absolutely wicked as shit.
Never tried that.
I mean, that was just different because it is open emitter, whereas everything else is closed.
Oh, right, okay.
But still, Aimpoint, EOTechs, the Meprolites, they're closed large emitters from Hollow Sun and from Gideon, Swamp Fox. In the end, they all work exactly the same. They all do the same shit. Like, seriously. It's literally a matter of what feature set. The only different EOTech is one of 2 companies that actually makes a holographic. The only other holographic is the Huey from Vortex.
Okay.
But everything else, they're all red dots.
What's the difference between a holographic sight and a red dot sight? Is it one? Well, they both project an image, right?
Yeah, you're getting more into like literally like the technology of a hologram. Like if you see a display somewhere, you see a 3-dimensional object, and they're like, "Hi, Hunter," waving at you. That same idea technology is into the EOTechs. Which what's kind of cool is like the glass doesn't need to be there. You could lose your front and rear glass, and you're still going to see it because the hologram is inside the unit. It's not on the glass, whereas a dot is shot at it. I mean, the downside though is all your red dots have exceptionally better battery life than EOTechs. Holographics consume batteries.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that a CR123 deal?
Yeah, I mean you can get AA models too, but it's a CR123, and that's where. And I'm failing on this one. Is I have no backup irons on it. It's one of the few guns I don't have backup irons on. So I better have more batteries with me because, yeah, CR123, CR123. Yeah, and no irons. One thing I kept looking at. This is a cool one. Depending on your red dot, your laser, there's a company called Leaf that makes a iron sight that drops on the center of your laser here, replaces this screw, and it sits in and gives you basically a rudimentary iron sight, and you still throw on your rear.
Okay.
You're not dealing with like in this thing. It's a short gun. If you're talking rail space for an iron sight,
right?
But you've got that dot. It's a hell of a cool way of getting a rudimentary iron sight, which still is better than nothing for battery.
Absolutely, it is.
So, yeah,
fun shit.
Now my only issue is the beach. There's nowhere to shoot in the beach, so I just got dry fire.
There is a range called
what?
Yeah, there's a range not far, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Flatwoods.
Okay. Yeah. Make note of that.
If I'm not mistaken, they have an indoor range. You'd have to verify it.
Okay. I mean, indoor is not really my jam, but hey, if it gets me to the range, pull the trigger a little bit, that's worth it.
There you go.
It's totally worth it. Cool. I will look that up.
Yes, do.
Well, all right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up then. We're not gonna record next week because I will be on vacation. So
right. I'll do it with myself.
Well, the wife asked me, she goes, "Are you planning on recording next week?" And I was like, "No." She goes, "I'm taking my laptop so you could." And I went, "No, I don't want the obligation of have to stop and sit down."
Yeah.
Who knows what we're going to get into? We're going to be chilling out or be 3 sheets to the wind. I'm like,
right.
No, we're not recording next week.
Good call.
So,
yeah, man, that's fine.
But we do have a buddy I've met through doing some of this shit. He's joining us the following week. Still playing phone tag with Mudget to get him on. If you've got some guys that want to do and hop on with us,
I've got
get an email or get a group text going so we can schedule that shit.
Okay.
Schedules are legitimate. People need those. It's not
Sure.
just you and I flying off the cuff.
I agree. Yeah, I'll get an email list together. I think I mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
And I talked to like Camille. I talked to Andrew. I talked to Ken. I don't know. I've got kind of like
as long as you preface this, that this is a shit show, and they can push whatever they want to push, whatever new product is. Like, we don't care. Like, we're not going to grill them with Inquisition questions.
Well, when I told them, David Kawaka was on, everybody's like, "Oh, so it's that kind of just shit show." your reputation precedes you, sir.
Right.
So, yeah, they're aware. I mean, if I'm involved, it's got to be fucked.
Oh, no, it's been retarded.
I'll own that.
Awesome.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you get to it, brother. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, as always, where you at, pal?
Rangehot.com. Dave.
Oh, yeah. Live Fire Media. You can find me.
There it is.
Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm pretty sure we did, especially for 2 weeks in a row, having pretty much zero plan, but yet we had several talking points that carried us on. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if not, try again next time or next episode, and we'll see you in a bit.
Toodles.
Peace.